So yesterday we talked about elimination, and elimination is where you eliminate one of the variables. Doesn't matter which one, but they have to be the same number, opposite signs with the same variable. So like if I have 2x, the other one should be negative 2x. If I have negative 7y, the other one should be positive 7y. Now, not all of them are always set up to be that way. So we also talked about how sometimes you have to multiply one of the equations by something to make them be the same number opposite sides. After that, you add equations together, and you should cancel one of them out. So like 2x plus negative 2x would be 0. They would be gone. And then you'll solve that, and then you'll plug it back in to find the other variable and write your answer in order of pair. Cool. I don't know why it moved. I guess it's frozen. Okay. So we're gonna look at this one first. So it says, what is the solution of the system? Use elimination. And I want to be clear about this one. That when we go to take our test on this stuff, there will be 3 sections on the test. One section will say, you must solve it by graphing. Another section will say, you must solve it by substitution. The third one will say, you must solve it by elimination. So every year, I always give an F for the past 10 years of teaching. I always give an F to at least one person. Because they don't do what the directions say. They do substitution on elimination. Or vice versa. Okay? Alright, so looking at this one, X's are not the same number opposite times. The Y's are not the same number opposite times. So I asked myself, okay, which one do I want to eliminate? And it doesn't matter, but the one that would be easier is what? The Y. The Y would be easier because this is positive 15, this is negative 5. I know that I can multiply something by negative 5 to make negative 15. So, this is positive 15, this is going to be negative 15. So what do I multiply negative 5 by to make negative 15? 3. So I'm going to multiply this one by 3. So that would be 21x. 3 times negative 5y is negative 15y. 3 times 17, that's 21, 51. And then I did not multiply that top one by anything, so I'm just rewriting it. And now it's good to go, because the whole goal is to eliminate one of them, which means one of the variables is the same number, opposite sides. So I can add these together. So negative 2x plus 21x is 19x. 15y plus negative 15y is 0. They eliminate. Negative 32 plus 51 is 19. Divide by 19. And x equals.
I was going to say, isn't it y, but we eliminated.
Right, we eliminated y, so that's x. All right, and then the last step is to plug it back in. Does not matter, but I have to plug it back in where?
The original.
One of the original ones. So this is x equals 1, so I'm going to plug it in for x. So negative 2 times 1 plus 15y equals negative 32. So that's negative 2 plus 15y equals negative 32. Add the 2. So that's 15y equals negative 30. And then I'll divide by 15. So y equals negative 2. And I always write my answer as what? In ordered pair, x comma y, so 1, negative 2. All right, I'm gonna let you all try one. Oh wait, not this one. This one. We'll go over the other. Is that anybody's blue water bottle over there? Pretty sure it's left over this one. They were, it's been sitting there for over a week, so I'm not used to that. Diane, did you not see a nice number? Who has a decimal?
No.
Sure.
I can see it.
Oh, we'll see.
I think you.
Yeah, we'll see.
You can't see top on them.
Alright, so, looking at this one, the x's are -5 and 3. I could make them 15, but I'd have to multiply both of the equations by something. Looking at the y's, -2 and 6. I can multiply -2 by something to make it -6, which is 3 again. So multiply this one by 3. So 3 times -5x is -15x. 3 times -2y is -6y. Then 3 times -16 is -48. Yeah, so that's really where most people go wrong with these, is that they don't multiply all the way through. That we end up with. Alright, so now that my y's are the same number opposite signs, I'm ready to go. So 3x plus -15x is -12x. 6y plus -6y is 0. 24 plus -48 is -24. Divide by -12, and x is 2. Yeah, I don't plan on giving you all any decimal or fraction. We'll save that for algebra 1. Alright, plug that back in. Doesn't matter which one, this has to be an original. I'll just go with the first one. So -5 times 2 minus 2y equals -16. So that's -10 minus 2y equals -16. Add 10. So that's -2y equals -6. Divide by -2. And y is 2. Yes. Okay. I know.
Are we doing this for like
All right. So we're gonna go back to this one, and don't do it yet. But I want you to brainstorm on what you think you might do. Don't do it yet. Just write it down and then kind of brainstorm. Franklin, you got an idea?
butterfly? I mean, like switch those out. Plus multiply.
All right. Real Brody one.
Multiply by 1.5.
No.
Yeah, because 2 times 1.5 is 2 times 1.5.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Well, on the field test, there's a fraction. Sims can't participate. He wasn't here.
Yes, I can.
What Sims? All right, okay.
You multiply both of them by the opposite number.
Exactly.
I got it right.
Okay. Hey, do you need some crackers? Well, okay. I'm recording.
To be fair, it's good. It's it would have been 3x.
Catherine, how could you ever say that about sin?
I want a cracker.
Hey,
Can I? I have a got
Okay. So you're gonna multiply both of them by something. So we're gonna take a vote. Do we want to eliminate x or y? So raise your hand if you want to eliminate x. Raise your hand if you want to eliminate y. Yeah. Okay. So looking at the y here, 3 and 2, -3 and -2. What number should they both become? What's the least common multiple of 3 and 2? 6. Now, one of them's gonna have to be negative, one of them's gonna have to be positive. Does not matter which one, okay? So let's make the top one be +6. So what am I gonna multiply -3 by to make +6? -2. -2. So that's gonna be -4x. -2 times -3 is gonna be +6y. And -2 times -12 is gonna be +24. Alright, so since I made this one +6, the other one has to be -6. So what am I gonna multiply -2 by to make -6? +3. +3. So 3 times 3x is 9x. 3 times -2y is -6y. 3 times 2 is 6. And look at the y's there, +6 and -6, which is what I want to happen. So when I add them together, they cancel out. What's on?
Cream cheese and chocolate.
They tasted really good.
Well, they probably are really good.
Here, try, just try one.
I can eat my finger.
How come he got some? He didn't do anything.
I gave us good. Alright, so -4 plus 9 is 5x. 6 plus -6 is 0. 24 plus 6 is 30. Divide by 5, and x is 6.
Is that a negative?
I know.
The next one, like a full 8 or 9.
I got Alright, I'm plugging it back into one of the originals. So 2 times 6 minus 3y equals -12. Why don't you all solve that red part? Solve what I just read. No, it is a solve. Franklin, look, +12, subtract out, so -3y equals -24.
Did you add?
Oh, yeah, he added 12 instead.
That's right, did it?
I'm so sure. I got that right.
I sure hope of it.
All right, last one we're gonna do up here, and then we're gonna move into, the assignment. Hold on, I gotta do one more. This is my lesson plan from Algebra 1 for this. Well, no, I didn't, like, Algebra 1 will have decimals and fractions, you all have to do decimals and fractions. Shh. Yeah, I'll do this one right now. Shh. So think about what you want to eliminate, either x or y, it does not matter. You gotta figure out what you're gonna multiply both of them by to make them the same number opposite signs.
Hopefully it goes to sleep.
You're going to be.
Alright. Alright, a lot of us aren't taking this seriously because we're gonna eventually do this with word problems too, so.
Word problems?
Oh my God.
Well, I'll show you eventually. Okay. Okay, get serious, let's focus. Alright, so, looking, you could eliminate the x's. If you're gonna eliminate the x's, what number would you have to make up? 12. Okay, yes, I'm gonna just think. Yes. I think I brought it from my notes. Alright. Right here, look at the y's. The y's could easily be 6 And this one's already positive, and this one's already negative, so that's less work. So I'm gonna leave this one as the positive 6, so what am I gonna multiply 3 by? 2. And I'm gonna make this one be the negative 6, so what am I gonna multiply negative 2 by? 3. So that's gonna be 8x plus 6y equals negative 38. And then 9x minus 6y equals negative 30. So 8x plus 9x, 17x, 6 plus negative 6 is 0. Negative 38 plus negative 30 is negative 68. Divided by 17, and x is negative 4. Plugging that back in for x. 4 times negative 4 plus 3y equals negative 19. It's negative 16 plus 3y equals negative 19. Add the 16. That's 3y equals negative 3. So y is negative 4.